Robofailure here to bring you this month's video review. As we turn our sights away from the FPS genre, we find ourselves seated firmly in the 3D isometric dungeon crawler aptly named Dungeonland. With a name that generic, it can't be good. Can it?
Dungeonland is a cartoony dungeon crawler that doesn't take itself too seriously.
Welcome, heroes, to Dungeonland. I hope to see your guts decorating our walls very soon.
By combining humor and quirky enemies with a high difficulty factor, the developers at Critical Studio have made a hardcore title that looks like a casual. Or maybe a casual title that plays like a hardcore. Either way, Dungeonland is no joke with its difficulty.
There are 3 different character types to choose from, Rogue, Mage, and Warrior, each with their own accompanying skill set. Now, their attacks aren't limited to just left mouse button, right mouse button, and a special attack. However, within each class you can pick different flavors, so if I'm tired of being a ground-smashing warrior, you can instead be a charging-type warrior. And there are also spells to buff you and your friends during combat. That is, if you've unlocked them.
That's right, there are a number of skills and classes, i.e. most of them, that are locked away from you when you first start playing. Originally, I was exasperated by this. What, another pay-to-win game? Ugh. But I quickly realized this was not the case. I've been so inundated with games that give you the option of spending more money to unlock content that I didn't recognize a system that awards players for exploration and skill. See, all of the character upgrades, cosmetic or no, can be bought with in-game currency acquired from playing, and only from playing. I quite like this, as it encourages more play and leveling up without an actual stat system.
Oh, and did I mention this can be done with 3 people? Yes, that's right, up to 3 people can join in on the hacking and slashing mayhem, and that includes online as well as locally. Yes, that's right, you can hook up 3 different gamepads to your PC and actually play it like it's a console game. It's excellent. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, Jay, we've seen dungeon crawlers before, and they've all got, different leveling abilities, and you can play with friends. I mean, have you ever heard of Gauntlet before? You really? You gonna do that to me in this video review? I'm watching you. And to that, I say I haven't even told you about the best part yet. DM mode.
Ah, DM mode, how I love you. Dungeonland goes from good to great in this 4-player mode. From the perspective of the heroes, the game dynamic doesn't really change, just hacking up monsters, falling into some traps, getting some gold, hero stuff. But the 4th player is actually controlling the monsters and traps that get laid in real time. See, the DM picks a deck of special cards before the match starts, and can use them according to how much mana he has. By placing them effectively around the map, he can whittle the player numbers down enough to put them out of their misery for good.
Ah, but therein lies the beauty of this system. You see, of course the DM could just kill the heroes in the first 2 minutes as long as he's placed his traps well and thrown a whole bunch of monsters at them. However, the DM actually shares in the gold that the players collect, so it behooves him to let the players go on for as long as possible and collect as much gold as possible. But it's also a balancing act. You don't want to make it too easy for them to just breeze through all the levels so that by the time they actually get to the very end, they have all of their lives, and then you don't stand a chance. So the DM has to whittle their numbers down little by little over the course of the entire map. It's a beautiful system, and it's very well balanced. It's just perfectly executed. For the DM, you try to make it as fun and challenging for the players as possible, and the heroes are just trying to blaze through and take you down. It's a great gameplay mechanic. DM mode is the best part of this game.
That's not to say the game doesn't have its fair share of problems. The skills are limited and the difficulty ramps up far too quickly. But more than that, the major problem Dungeonland has is a lack of game. You see, there's only a few different maps with a few different modes, and couple that with only 3 classes and taking far too long to get enough gold to unlock new content, and it's easy to fall out of love with Dungeonland. Though the game is interesting enough to play with friends, playing solo or on the internet is only interesting for so long. But does that mean the game isn't worth a buy?
The $10 price tag is low enough that I think it's acceptable. I mean, there's certainly $10 worth of entertainment in this game. Just don't expect to be playing it a month from now. Unless you find some friends that have the game, and if you do, you'll be in for hours upon hours of monster bashing, gold hoarding, evil laughing mayhem that's good enough to give Gauntlet a run for its money, and a killer DM mode that sets it apart from every game in the genre. This has been Jay Wellington Robofailure, bidding you a good evening of good gaming.
Thanks for watching our video. If you liked it, you should let us know by clicking the like button or even leaving us a nice comment. And if you want to watch more videos, we have 2 right here. You can just click on them and it'll take you there. We got the holiday special right there, and we got the Chivalry review right here. Chivalry is sweet, and the video review has some singing in it. And none of us are really good at it, but I'm really not selling this well anyway. Watch out for the insult.
You shall not take